So I'm at my local coffee shop last Tuesday morning, right? You know the one, where all the healthcare workers grab their pre-shift caffeine fix. I'm in line behind this nurse, probably in her 40s, and she's wearing these absolutely massive white sneakers. Like, we're talking platform level thick. They look like something an astronaut would wear. But she's just casually ordering her latte like she's not walking around on 2 foam bricks. Here's the thing though. She's been standing in this slow-moving line for like 15 minutes, and I'm already shifting my weight from foot to foot in my regular running shoes. My feet are starting to feel it, you know? But this woman, she's just standing there, completely comfortable, even doing this little bounce on her toes while she waits. I'm thinking, what is going on with those shoes? So when we both sit down at nearby tables, I had to ask, hey, sorry to bother you, but what are those shoes? They look interesting. She laughs and says, Altra Via Olympus 2. I work 12-hour shifts on concrete floors. These are the only shoes that don't destroy my feet. I know they look ridiculous, but I don't care anymore. My feet feel amazing. That conversation changed everything, because 3 weeks later, I was unboxing my own pair of these $160 moon boots, about to discover if that nurse was onto something revolutionary or just really good at convincing herself that expensive shoes were worth it. 6 months and over 200 miles later, turns out she was both right and wrong in ways I never expected. Let me paint you the picture of what arrived at my door. The Altra Via Olympus 2 is not subtle. We're talking 33 millimeters of foam underfoot. That's more than an inch of pure cushioning between you and the ground. The first thing I noticed was this FootShape toe box. Your toes can actually spread out naturally instead of being squished into a triangle like every other shoe ever made. The zero drop design means your heel and forefoot sit at exactly the same height. Coming from traditional running shoes with heel elevation, this felt bizarre at first. My calves were definitely working differently, and I'm thinking, did I just spend $160 on shoes that are going to mess up my legs? But that first step, okay, I had to admit, it felt pretty incredible. The Ultra Ego Max foam has this pillowy softness that's immediately obvious. It's like stepping on really expensive memory foam. Not mushy, but genuinely plush. The real test came about a week in when I decided to recreate that coffee shop scenario. I went back to the same place, ordered the same drink, and stood in that same slow line. Except this time, I was the one bouncing slightly on my toes, completely comfortable, while everyone around me was doing the foot-shifting dance. I finally understood what that nurse was talking about. But here's where this story gets interesting and complicated. I decided to really put these through their paces. I'd had a 3-day conference coming up. The kind where you're on concrete floors from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., walking between sessions, standing in networking areas. Perfect torture test for any shoe claiming to prioritize comfort. Day 1 of the conference, 8 hours on my feet, and I felt like I could keep going. My conference buddies were complaining about their feet killing them by lunch, and I'm just fine, actually energized. The cushioning was absorbing every step, and that wide toe box meant no cramping or pressure points even after hours of standing and walking. By day 3, I was convinced these were some kind of miracle shoes. The comfort level was unlike anything I had experienced. But here's what that nurse at the coffee shop didn't mention. Around month 3, I started noticing some issues. That beautiful white foam started showing wear patterns way sooner than I expected for a $160 shoe. The heel area, probably where that nurse had the most wear from her hospital shifts, started developing thin spots. I'm thinking, okay, so the comfort is real, but are these shoes going to fall apart on me? I started asking around in my running group. Sarah, who's a teacher and on her feet all day, said, oh yeah, I love them, but I'm on my 3rd pair this year. They feel amazing while they last, but they don't last. That's when I realized I was dealing with a serious comfort versus durability trade-off. Now, 6 months in, with over 200 miles on them, here's my honest assessment. The comfort factor is genuinely outstanding. I can wear these for 12-hour days without thinking about my feet. That foot-shaped design isn't just marketing. If you have bunions, Morton's neuroma, or just wide feet that get cramped in traditional shoes, this makes a real difference. The zero drop took some adjustment, but it actually helped with some lower back tension I didn't even realize I had. The cushioning has held up better than I expected. Still feels pillowy and responsive even after all these miles. For walking and easy running, they provide excellent impact protection without feeling unstable. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. At $160, you're getting premium comfort, but not premium durability. Competing max cushion shoes like the Hoka Clifton or Brooks Glycerin typically last 12 to 18 months at similar price points. With the Via Olympus 2, you're looking at maybe 6 to 8 months of regular use before durability issues appear. So here's my breakdown of who these are actually for. If you're like that nurse from the coffee shop, healthcare worker, teacher, retail worker, someone who's on their feet all day and comfort is your absolute #1 priority, these deliver something special. The daily relief might be worth replacing them every 6 months. If you have foot conditions that benefit from that wide toe box design, the therapeutic value could justify the durability trade-off. If you're someone who walks a lot but doesn't need speed or responsiveness, just pure comfort, these excel. But if you're budget conscious and need shoes that last over a year, or if you want one shoe for both walking and faster running, there are better options out there. That nurse at the coffee shop was absolutely right about the comfort. These shoes can genuinely change your daily experience if you're on your feet a lot. But she probably didn't mention that she goes through multiple pairs per year. For her 12-hour shifts where comfort literally affects her quality of life, that trade-off makes perfect sense. For most of us, it comes down to knowing what you're getting into. These aren't the shoes you buy and forget about for 18 months. They're the shoes you buy because every single day in them feels significantly better than every single day in regular shoes. The question is whether that daily comfort improvement is worth the premium price and shorter lifespan. For some people, like that nurse bouncing on her toes in the coffee line, the answer is absolutely yes. Questions about the Via Olympus 2? Drop them below. After 6 months of daily testing, I've probably experienced whatever you're wondering about. And if you're that coffee shop nurse who started this whole journey, thanks for the honest shoe recommendation.